underneath. Rodden brings it up with a little hezzy and back to the line. Boom, and one!
Oh, good tip
Great
there.
rebound there by Postgame. Wide open look for Olsen here. Back to back and bangs home a second one.
And welcome to Watertown Pregame. Today, we're bringing the boys' game of this doubleheader between the Watertown Arrows and the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Today, we're bringing you a new member to this show. Jake Solon. Solon, how does it feel to be on the show? Hey, get out of here.
Pleasure to be here. Just glad to be here. Something new for you guys. Can't wait for this show.
Spencer, can you bring us the stats?
Last game, Arrows have a 5-4 record, and Stevens is coming into this with a 6-4 record. Stevens does have a better record, although they do play some of the smaller teams out west. So it'll be a good one tonight.
All right, now how about Cohen Crans and Dylan Rodden though? Last games, Cohen had 21 points, Dylan had 19. They both shot about 50% from the three-point line.
Yeah.
So they're on a hot streak right now.
Cohen Crans is coming in and leading the team with 12.2 points per game. You know, Jake is coming in on top with 4.3 rebounds per game, so expect a lot out of them tonight.
You know, I think the people didn't think that Cole Crane was going to be a leading scorer at this point in the season, but I feel like he's a little underrated for this team, but he's supposed to be a dog every single game.
Yeah.
Alright,
One player-
we're going to play our game. Or you still got something to
Yeah,
say, sorry.
yeah. One player to watch from Stevens, and that we need to lock down tonight, is Shunzi Whitewoman. Shooting 55% from the field. He's just, overall, they're kind of their player that they just run their whole offense through. So I think if we can shut him down, this will be a good one tonight. Tell you want to hit us with the game?
Yeah. Get it up, boys. This girls' game, who won? Who won the point thing?
Sadly, last second shot, Ty won.
Buzzer beater. Miranda had 8 points. You know, clutch it up for me, but. All right, now turn
So
it
I'll
on.
pick a name. Jake Olsen. And he's a shooter. He's a dog on there. He's also a pretty good golfer, but on the court he's also a dog. I mean, tonight they got a good matchup, but I'm gonna say 15 points for Jake Olsen tonight. You say 15? Yeah, 15.
15 for Trey. I think I'm gonna go 16.
That's not so bad.
I'm going on top.
Yeah, Jake can shoot. I'm going 12. You know,
That's a solid.
Solid.
Jake's average on the year is coming in at 10.5 points per game, so I'm going to go with the under on that, so I'm going to take 10.
Alright. Everybody. What is like our key success in this game? Can you start us off?
I'm gonna say just keeping the ball in our hands. You know, just not turning the ball over. And, you know, we should win if we do that.
Jane, what's yours?
Probably good defense on those good players.
I mean, for me overall, we just got to play really good defense tonight. I mean, obviously, like he said, they got 2 players for them that are going to score a lot. And we just got to play good defense overall so that we can make other guys that, let's say, don't play a lot, have to shoot the ball. So that's, for me, is that key.
That's, you know, kind of going off of what Ty said here. I just think keeping the ball in our hands and just going to get the rebounds and getting on the boards. They got some big guys, but we got to dig down and get bigger.
All right, now who's gonna win the game tonight, guys?
So let's start us off.
I think the Arrows are gonna pull the big one out right now.
I think they're going to bounce back, you know, after 2 games where they lost late in the game. Both games they lost 6-1, 6-2, kind of coincidence. It's kind of weird, but I think we're going to have a bounce back game tonight and take the dub tonight.
Ty? It's really not a hard question for me. I'm taking the Watertown Arrows by probably about $1 million.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Ty. I'm taking it. But feel like this one's going to be a blowout. We're going to take out our starters in the fourth quarter. So
Gabe Norberg might even get some playing time here, you know. I think he drains a 3 late in the game.
I really do. All right, you know, we want to give a quick shout out to our
That
sponsor.
number 50 is that Shunzi, white woman?
Shunzi,
Oh, yeah. Daler Seagrass,
$500,000.
Minka Howley, Colleen Brooks, and JD
All of
Green.
us just in sports. I mean, that industry is hard work for our football field that we got, you know, right down yonder. So we want to say thank you to those guys. So, all right, see you boys later. See you. If it wasn't for that damn kick, we would have been fine. Take a hat, you filthy animal.
Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's home basketball game from your Watertown Arrows versus the Rapid City Stephen Raiders. We are on the back end of a doubleheader, and joining me in the booth is the handsome and talented Brian Norberg.
Hello, friends. In the words of Jim Nance, hello, friends.
Oh boy, you are going to eat that one up later.
Yeah.
You know how many Jim Nance comparisons I got about you this week, just in general?
0.
A lot. You're pretty popular, man.
He's the lead guy. I'd be more of a Romo then.
Well, see, that's what I said. That's everybody that's been saying Jim Nance to me. I said, you know, it's more of a Romo.
Probably the class and grace that you do your job with. Sam, you're more of a Jim Nance.
No, you know, I'm not sure if I have any class or grace left in anything that I do anymore. But you do, you make this gig that we got going on up here a little more professional. So
Well, let's have fun.
I
What a great
appreciate
night.
that.
What a great night. Pizza Bash night.
So speaking of let's have fun, just real quick, shout out to Brian Bisker and the crew at First Premier Bank and First Premier Bank Card. For those that didn't watch that aren't here or didn't watch the end of the girls' game, that team and that crew came on with a check for $500,000 to put up a new scoreboard at the new football field. And Kyle Kramer from Daktronics, who's kind of helped spearhead that whole deal, he says that the video portion is 20 feet by 36 feet, and that the scoreboard is 8 feet by 36 feet. And he goes on to say it's the biggest video board in the entire state at the high school facility, at any high school facility.
It's
Right here
impressive.
in Watertown.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, so shout out to Bisker and Jordan and Remmers. A lot of good people in that were in that huddle, and their $500,000 donation.
A lot of great people. We got a lot of great banks in our community and a lot of great people at all those banks. And tonight, you know, for First Premier, that's a pretty cool deal. We can't forget my golf partner, Scott Olson. He wouldn't let me.
Yep, no, that wouldn't be good. And
No.
speaking of Olsons, I feel like we've got a couple right here in front of us, so you're surrounded by family. In there.
Good.
Yeah, so a good place to
Friendly
be.
fire.
All right, well, let's shift focus here a little bit to basketball tonight. Watertown boys are going to take on Rapid City. We were just talking a little bit before we went on air about Rapid and number 50, Shunzi White Woman. What do you know about him? What can you tell us about him, and how do we stop him?
Yeah, he's a
problem.
He's a load. Good sized kid.
Yeah.
Real soft hands. Good feet.
For sure.
I believe he was a Rapid City Central player last year, and this year with the only senior, I believe, in the starting lineup for Stevens. I tell you what, Sam, he is a very handy player. I see he's averaging 11 a game. I think close to 12 a game. The leading scorer. Does it while shooting 60%. Gets a lot of his buckets around the hoop, but will spend some time up in the high post. And a really good passer. So he's a tough cover if we can't win the position battle down there, he's gonna be a problem. And he just strikes you as a guy on film when you watch him. If you get behind him, it's really hard to get around him. So early position is key on him. He's a nice player.
Yeah, 100% agree. You know, and the guy that's going to be getting him the ball a lot is going to be number 0. That's J.D. Green. He's a 6-foot point guard, real quick hands, flashy passer. What else can you tell us about him?
Yeah, distributor first. You know, I think he's at 3 or 4 points a game. Don't let that fool you, because he kind of runs their offense. They have other combo guards that can bring the ball up and take care, but he takes care of the ball well. I know Coach Stabner loves the fact that he takes care of it, doesn't take any bad shots, and like you say, kind of gets guys the ball, because they have some talented kids around him, and he does a good job of distributing the ball. So kind of your consummate high school point guard, pretty solid kid.
Yeah, agree. The other guy that kind of jumps off a little bit, and his stats aren't, you know, they don't scream fantastic, but when I watch him on film, Kaleem Brooks, number 20, he's a slasher, athletic kid. What else can you tell us about him?
Well, interesting. You know, I just watched a game and a half, you know, to 2 games on them, and I initially thought he was their glue guy.
That's
and kind of their garbage man. When I say that, I always, if I call anyone a garbage man, they do that's a compliment.
Yeah.
They do a little bit of everything, and I think he does everything well. Nothing outstanding, but you look at his stats, he can shoot it. You know, they have 2 guys that are taking threes for him. He's not one of them. We got Segrest and then Howley.
Yeah.
But as far as Brooks goes, he's probably their most physical player on their perimeter. And yes, he can shoot it, but you watch him at first, think, well, he doesn't really score a lot. Then I see he's their second leading scorer, I believe. So he's kind of their Swiss Army knife, do a little bit of anything. He could probably play all 5 positions if Chris needed him to.
Yeah, I really think he could. I mean, he averages just under 8 points a game, but in high school basketball, there's so many more things to do than just score points, and he's one of them. So speaking of a guy that does more than just score points, Arrows are coming off of 2 heartbreakers. We talked about it last week before the game on Tuesday against T. How do you come off of 1 heartbreaking loss on the last second 3 by Aberdeen Central, and then we follow that up with a heartbreaking loss against T? So I hate to be redundant, Norby, but how do you come off of 2 heartbreaking losses?
You're right. I mean, here we are sitting now, we're having the same discussion, right? And rightfully so. And you know, as I look down at Coach McClemens down there, he may have a few gray hairs, and I think maybe a few more gray hairs after those couple games. And boy, would we like to have a few seconds back, or you know, the last minute or so of each of those games. And that's high school basketball. The ball didn't bounce our way. You and I are having a complete different discussion if we win those 2 games, and the word "if" is a big difference, right? So, you know, we had to credit T on that. They did a great job down the stretch. We would love to have a couple possessions back. What do we need to do tonight? We need to come back with the energy. It becomes harder, right? You have 2 games where we did a lot right down the stretch until the very end. So to be able to bounce back, and I think the biggest thing, we can talk about wins and losses, I think Coach McClemens wants our boys to rebound tonight. I think we need to defend better. The bottom line is, even against T, we gave up 58% from the field. If we would have won that game, that's an anomaly. You don't give up 58% and win, but we had it. We had our chance to. So I think, put everything else aside, we got to defend a little bit better and not allow the other team to be as comfortable as what they've been, and really get after on the boards. I expect a physical battle tonight, because I know how Coach Stabner is in his background. His kids are going to battle, and in a good, clean way, there's going to be a physical battle.
Yeah, I don't disagree. And as far as the rebounds go with the Arrows, Jake Olson leads the way with 4.3 a game, and then but right there with him is Caden Beauchamp with 3.8. You would expect that. Ray Bynes got 3.7. You would expect that. But then Dylan Rodden's averaging just about 4 rebounds a game.
Yeah, quick to the ball, right? Being able to anticipate, quick to the ball. Best rebounding teams, Sam, are teams that have great rebounding guards.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
those are the great rebounding teams. We have the ability. It's one of our strengths this year, really, is where I thought it would be a big weakness. We've battled teams on the boards, but we know in that second half of that T game, just every loose ball seemed to go their way, and sometimes the ball bounces that way.
We got just about 30 seconds before we turn it over to our public address announcer, the legendary Mark Bellum. 20 seconds to go here. Key to victory, real fast. It's got to be stopping White Woman, isn't it?
Yeah, he first and foremost individually. Yeah, and they're balanced, Sam. They're balanced, right? They got a lot of guys hovering around that 10 points a game. We can't let them get comfortable early.
All right, we're about 9 seconds away. We're going to turn it over to Mark Bellum for the starting 5 from both Rapid City Stevens and your Watertown Arrows.
Welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for the nightcap in our doubleheader against the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Your officials for our second game, Scott Whitlock, Aaron Entriger, and Darren Lorenz. Positive treatment of these officials will be expected at all times. Failure to do so could result in removal from this event. Let's meet our Arrow cheerleaders. Natalie Benson, Annabelle Brennan, Brooklyn Dahl, Jane Hoffman, Lauren Keller, Mackenzie Lewis, Kaylin Nordquist, Cameron Nordquist, Alexis Olson, Adrian Schultz. Arrow cheerleading advisor is Mallory Hoffman. And now tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Number 2, 6'4" junior guard Micah Holly. Number 10 is a 6'2" junior guard Tyler Porlock. Number 11 is 6'2" junior guard Taylor Segrist. Number 20 is 6'2" junior forward Caleb Brooks. And number 50 is 6'4" senior forward Chelsea Whitewoman. Assistant coaches Jake Ferdinand, Jason Olson, Alexander King. Head coach of the Raiders, Chris Stegner. And now, your Watertown Arrows. Number 4, 6'4" senior guard Dylan Rudden. Number 5 is a 6'3" senior forward Caden Beauchamp. Number 10 is 6' senior guard Cohen Krantz. Number 15 is a 6' senior forward Marcus Royland. And number 20 is 6'2" senior forward Jake Olsen. Assistant coaches Randy Krantz, Tom Mattingly, Zach Owen, and Parker Schmidt. Head coach of the Arrows, Pat McClemmons.
All right, I don't know, man. That introduction never gets old, does it?
Yeah, it gets better every time. They got it down. They got it down now. It's nice.
Yeah, I feel like they do as well. They do a good job with that. Turn the lights down, get a little hype video going on. You know, we were just kind of talking a little bit at the end of the T game, or towards the end of it, or maybe even after. You know, we kind of challenged some people to come to the Civic Arena tonight to watch some good basketball. And I feel like they answered the bell. It's a good crowd tonight.
Good crowd. Good crowd. Let's give them something to cheer about. Get things going here.
I think I'm going to predict early that the player of this game is going to be Cohen Krantz.
Cohen Krantz, okay.
I'm gonna go Cohen Krantz for a big night.
I'm going to agree with you and throw in X Factor tonight. Not to put any pressure on him, but I'm watching the battle between Zinzi and right?
Yep.
Shunzi and Beauchamp.
Yeah,
That's going to be an interesting battle. Those two are going to be going at it.
Caden's got us. Yeah,
Yes.
I see right there. Boy, I thought maybe we got away with it, that he was going to miss the money. But, you know, we talked about him all pregame, and there he was, first possession of the game. It's going to be imperative that Caden stays out of foul trouble if not attacks the run.
Yeah, the side screen and roll, they like to go into that, then into a little high-low action. So they're going to try to high-low you with their size, but that side screen and roll we're actually not going to let him go over the ball screen. We're going to try to force him away from it. That time we did not execute here. So we got to do a better job.
Looking down at it, there's
So high-low right here.
There's obviously a big weight disparage between White Woman and Beauchamp. Is that going to have a big impact? Do you think? I mean, is he going to put? Is White Woman going to be able to push down? As Cohen Kranz cuts to the rim and puts the arrows on the board for 2.
Great pass, great cut there. Another, last game we started off, our offense was great in the first half. We scored a lot with the ball off the floor. To your question, you got to get position early. You just can't let him get down there too early.
And so will that, like right now, I mean, we're seeing
right there's fine.
Yep.
We're okay right there. If we can keep him living there, we're okay. Great rebound there.
Great
good
job
defense.
by Beauchamp to get the rebound and then draws the
Nickel
foul.
and dimer.
Yeah, we'll take those kind of fouls all day.
Yeah, no, you're right, Sam. That's something to watch. If we're allowing him to get deep on, he's shooting 68%, I believe, something like that. So he's getting a lot of buckets in close to the hoop. Has not attempted a lot of threes. It's kind of rare nowadays. Everyone steps out, right? So to have a guy
4 on the season, and he's made 1.
Yeah.
But underneath, the kid is incredible. I mean, to date, as far as post players that we've had at home that we've seen, he's got to be up there with the best that we've seen here.
Yeah, if he gets good position, he's a tough cover down there. But they got a lot of length right now on Dylan, something to keep an eye on with a Hawley kid, really long and athletic. Putting him on Dylan, his wingspan can cause trouble. So it's an interesting matchup too, with Rod probably being our leading scorer.
I think we match up well with Stevens. I think this has. The Central game was fantastic. The T game was fantastic. This has the possibilities of being right up there with him as Cohen hits the front end of his 2.
Yeah, I like our start right now, both ends of the floor. I think our defense intends good. We missed the screen and roll there. The kid we haven't talked about on Stevens' side is Segrest.
Yeah.
He's second leading scorer by less than 1, and he's the other guy. And I said it incorrectly earlier. Hawley and Segrest. Those 2 will be the ones shooting the majority of their threes.
And they don't attempt a lot. I mean, they're definitely an inside-out team. I mean, they're going to try to force it to White Woman, and they're going as he attempts his 5th 3 of the year.
That's our fault, Sam.
And bangs that one.
We can only blame ourselves. We were talking about he wasn't going to shoot from 3. That's on us.
Yeah, personally, I blame you.
You tell Coach. I'm not telling him.
Yeah, that's Jinxers or announcers Jinx for sure. Rodden attacks the basket, tries to draw a foul, and does not going to get a jump ball here. It's going to go to Stevens. And McClemens, if you're going to turn around and watch this, I think we both take blame on that.
Let's be honest. I don't think he's really watching us. Or if he is, he's turning the volume down.
That's probably fair.
So we got Engstrom and Torge are in off the bench here, the typical 5-minute mark here. Will's come in all year with great energy, so is Torge.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Engstrom has brought a ton of energy off the bench, and what's he at for points per game now? He's up there.
Same action they scored earlier on, a little screen and roll. Dylan's there, but just too little size and a little late on that. We got to be meeting him on the roll early.
Engstrom's just under 7 points a game.
Yeah.
And he brings a lot of energy and leadership off the bench as Rodden misses just about everything. Good outlet pass by Rapid and gets an easy 2 points as the Raiders extend their lead to 9-4.
Probably a little force there by Dylan. It kind of goes down as a turnover when you get a quick one like that. Oftentimes those just lead to some quick buckets on the other end. There's another nice attack. Dylan's come out aggressive.
Yeah, he really has, but he ended the game last week pretty aggressive as well.
Hey,
but I think he's at his best when he's driving and slashing and getting creative under them.
Yeah, you said it. You took the words out of my mouth. When he's downhill, we're good.
Yeah.
Because he makes such good decisions. He's a handful. He finishes well around the hoop, has good vision. So,
I really appreciate what Rabine did there. As he's right in the face of White Woman, and then he jumps out and attacks and defends that 3-point basket really well.
Yeah, Hawley's one of the 3-point shooters. That one didn't go as planned. They have a couple of their subs in here. We haven't mentioned Green yet, or did they not sub? Yeah, Hawley went out. Who came in for him? we got the number
right on us.
number 10, right? Yeah,
Bisker.
number 10.
0, is that it?
Portlock.
Yeah, and then right there, that's what we talked about at the beginning of the game was Segrist, quick hands. You know, he's going to jump out in front.
Yeah, it's a good athlete.
Yeah, yep, is a good athlete. Bisker's looking for somebody, gets it underneath
Go
to
up,
Jake.
Jake.
Jake goes up strong, does not get the call. 11-6 Raiders, just under 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter here as the Arrows are still trying to find their groove a little bit. It's kind of been an MO of late, right? Playing from behind a little bit in the first quarter.
Yeah, lately, definitely up in Aberdeen, and the T game. I know we went in a half ahead. I forget what it was in the first quarter, but we just had a couple empty possessions there. The side screen and roll again. They seem to do it on that side of the floor majority of the time.
Good rebound by Cohen. Quick outlet here and see if the Arrows are going to push it or they slow it down and look for something.
Got Mitch Olsen sighting here in the game.
Yeah, a little early for Mitch, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it just depends. I think it looks like coach is going to kind of increase the rotation here a little bit tonight.
Is the increase in the rotation, is that an impact of back-to-back?
It could be.
Like play tonight and then again tomorrow?
Yeah, it could be a big picture deal where he's looking at it as a full weekend. And we're not gonna, wear anyone. But that goes out the window pretty quickly in a tight game here on a Friday night. But it might be early on, and who knows? I mean, you have guys throughout the week in practice that, hey, maybe they earn some more time in the game. So.
Sure. Is that something that you worry about going? Like, are you even thinking tomorrow's game tonight?
No. Coach probably hasn't even looked at it.
And that's for us to talk about because coach is not doing that, and rightfully so, right? I mean,
good job by Mitch.
Great play by Mitch, kind of bounced it off that young man's noodle.
Yeah, I mean, potentially, maybe he has Maddie looking at Central to have a game plan ready for tomorrow morning, but that's the thing that people don't, Coach McClemmons will be home tonight up till 2 or 3 a.m. watching film on Central, whether we win or lose tonight. So you got to be ready back-to-backs, but they'll probably have some stuff. He'll have the assistants, one of them probably in charge of them.
Do you feel, and I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but deeper bench tomorrow and today?
Typically. You're just going to have a little less legs.
Rodden's put up 2 shots tonight. Both have missed everything, minus the, when he's attacking.
Yeah, some of them. I mean, he's aggressive here early. I like it. You and me have talked about this. I like it. I think within reason here, and I would much rather have him have to kind of pull the reins back. If you're Coach McClemmons, sometimes you'd rather have to do that than try to get a kid to be more aggressive. And he usually finds a good balance of it, and he'll settle in here.
Yeah, and it's not like he forces it either a whole lot. He is a great passer. He's got quick hands. We talked about it all season. His Beauchamp does a good job of staying on White Woman up top, forcing the turnover. See if the Arrows can get one back here and make it a one-possession game.
It's been a while since we've had a good possession here.
Yeah, I think they just need to slow down a little bit here, find a high percentage shot, maybe get something underneath, maybe look for Beauchamp or Olsen underneath.
Yeah, I think you're probably looking just to, they got a set here, kind of our Tiger set, I believe, and into a double ball screen here and see what we get.
There you go, got Cohen. Yeah, good job at Cohen Krantz. That's 6 for Krantz. That is 6 for Krantz. He's got 6 of the 8. Caden's got to do a good job underneath there, and he does. That's good defense, right?
Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. The position early, we were caught. So he got caught behind him early, and by the time he caught it, Sam, he's in trouble.
When he's that deep, when White Woman's that deep.
Yeah.
Hey, Roddenberry's a green bean from the corner to get him on the board from deep.
Yeah.
But getting back to White Woman, when he's that deep, I mean, it's at that point you just kind of hope that he doesn't make it, right?
Once he catches that deep, then it's uphill battle. So.
And just like that, the Arrows are trailing 2 now, in a pretty blink of an eye. Olsen's just begging him to take that shot, and he buries it.
Just playing, they call it just playing a little soft. So you're probably going to soft close out on Brooks, is it?
Yep.
And he knocked it down. Sometimes they make you pay.
Little step back by Willie, and he buries a green bean of his own.
Let's go, Will.
That's a nice little step back there, is it
Beautiful.
not?
Yeah.
Do you have
Will
that in
likes
your
it.
game?
Huh? No, I wasn't that athletic. No way. Strictly a set shooter. Great shot by Will there, a little step back. Sometimes kids are more comfortable doing that. They're in their gym shooting by themselves and they're dribbling it, so they're more comfortable shooting off the dribble because that's the way they practice by themselves in the gym sometimes.
Yeah, I appreciated that because he was barely behind that three-point line. You don't want him taking that shot, a foot in front of a step in front of the three-point line. We're gonna get Stevens on a travel here. It's gonna turn the ball over to the Arrows. The Arrows have an opportunity to win this quarter.
Yeah. Sam, quick question for you. Travel calls. Do you believe there's more travels now than there was 10 years ago? Do you notice anything in high school basketball, the amount of travels that we see?
Well, I know in the NBA there isn't.
Well, that doesn't count because the NBA doesn't call travels. James Harden ruined that. Get it up. Nope. It just seems to me our footwork is different when we catch the ball, and as a result, there's a lot of shuffling of the feet, and the refs do a good job. They're travels. And sometimes kids are catching it, then hopping, and then shooting. So if you catch it, then hop, and then take off and move your foot, then it's a travel. And we're seeing a lot of it.
I think with the progressive, the way that the game has progressed over the last, let's just say the 10 years, you've got the Euro step now, which we didn't have before. You have that step back that Willie just showed, that you didn't have before. And then now there's the dribble carry. How many steps do you get? It's just changed and evolved so much, and it makes it harder and harder for the referees to call it.
Yeah, no, you're right. And a lot of that, whether you want to, so the Euro step, right? The two big steps. The Euro step is probably when I played, back in the day.
Yeah.
Probably a travel until Manu Ginobili brought that to the NBA.
Right. Yep.
And now it's very recognizable and doesn't even think about it being called travel. I think back in the day it would have been called a travel, even though it wasn't.
I 100% agree.
But Manu Ginobili brought that. You have James Harden. I'm just naming James Harden as one as a step back. That step back that we just saw from Will.
Yep, that's a James
That's
Harden.
a lot. Him, Kyrie. Probably not Kyrie, but that stuff wasn't there as much. Or if you take that shot and miss it, you're getting pulled out. Well, now
for sure.
it's just a little more accessible.
That Euro step, we see a ton of that in B schools. They use that Euro step in smaller B schools as a way to attack the basket and get to the free throw line more than trying to actually make the shot. So the game has definitely changed in the last 10 years, and it's bigger, stronger, and faster than what it was before.
Yeah. Oh, we may have got away with a dribble there, a little drag of the foot.
Great pass, moving it around. Rabine at the top of the key. Buries the third green bean of the day.
Marcus, I tell you what, stepping into a confidence.
Rabine his game has really matured from game one until now.
You're exactly right.
He's been really fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, coming in for Stevens is number 55, Thomas Martian.
You might see a dunk here.
Go above the rim a little bit.
All right, even better.
Jesus Shuttleworth does not approve. Can I get by with the Jesus Shuttlesworth
I think
reference?
so. If anyone's a basketball fan.
Kind of,
what do we do there?
I don't know. You fixed it.
So I had a question from one of your fans here.
Yeah.
The green bean and the green bean. What do we got? What?
So the green bean reference. Yeah. So that's fair. I've actually been meaning to talk about that. So anybody that has played the 2K game on PlayStation, Xbox, what have you.
Yeah.
So anytime that you take a shot in the 2K video game, there's a meter that raises, and then once that meter goes completely green, then the shot automatically goes in.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's the green bean.
Well, I won't throw the individual in Watertown that asked that, but he would probably have aged out of the NBA 2K
Sure,
range.
sure.
He may or may not be older than you and I, Sam.
Well, this
So
is
that
an
makes sense
opportunity
that he
for
wanted
you.
to.
This
Yeah.
is an opportunity for you to throw that person under the bus.
Well,
Although, I mean, it could be like, I mean, that could be like a good thing, you know, because he survived this long.
yeah, right.
You know,
Here's
better than the alternative.
Here's what I take from it. You cater to the youth. You cater to
Yes.
the young, up and coming.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of who you cater to. So
Yep.
I like it. Green bean. Now we know. Because the first, I didn't want to ask you the other night. I kind of thought maybe.
You know, that's my 22-year-old and 20-year-old kid keeping me young and hip.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well,
the old. I mean, we could just yell Kobe, you know, every time one gets thrown up.
cross the line there. So 2-point game. Arrows hanging in there. We got the sophomore kid, 24 Paulson. So you basketball fans out there would know Fred Paulson. I believe this Paulson here is Fred Paulson's grandson. Huron College fame. I know he coached at other places. He was out at Custer with Larry Luchins as well. But the Paulson name is very well known in high school basketball here in South Dakota for sure. Well respected.
The basketball knowledge from my partner to the right is endless.
Well, and another fun fact, I did not know that, but my buddy J.L. Wine down in Huron, also a very big name in basketball.
Yep.
We'll be facing them here on Tuesday. He had mentioned that today to me, that's Fred Paulson's grandson.
Like I said, that's why you're the best in the biz, man.
We got tie game here, Sam. Tie game, big possession here in the second quarter.
Just under 6 minutes left in the second quarter as Beauchamp lines up for one of his own and just hits the back of the iron. And I think we're going to get a foul on Mitch there.
Oh, nickel and dimer there. I think Caden's stepping into that shot, kind of wanting to shoot that, but not really stepping into it with confidence right now. He can do it. He's shown that he can, but I think right now there's a little indecisiveness with him stepping into the three right now.
Yeah, I mean, Caden's shooting 33% from three. He's averaging just under 2 attempts a game and making just over half. So, I mean, it's there. I mean, he can definitely do it. Personally, my preference for him is closer to the basket and the paint.
Well, Marcus battling down there against the big fella. That's a beautiful move.
Yeah,
there.
pretty quick move, and then he gets his own rebound and kisses it off the glass.
Nice move by Hawley.
Yeah.
I thought Peyton was doing a good job there until he made that spin.
But Peyton, Bisker's definitely quick enough to stay with Hawley. But Hawley's pretty fast. And he's twitchy too, right?
Yeah, he's extremely quick.
Great pass there by Jake out to Torgy for the 4th, 5th green bean of the day?
Yeah, green bean, Sam.
Green bean. Yep. Got to thank my youngest son, Cameron Mooney, for that one.
Like it.
Makes sense though, right?
Absolutely,
Fill
yeah.
up the
No,
meter
your explanation completely makes sense.
Ow. Good hands there by 11. That's a Segrist underneath for an easy 2. 21-20 Raiders. 4.5 minutes left in the first half here. Arrows. I think this game is going to stay tight all game. Arrows doing a good job of being patient as Jake takes a deep 3. Good play there by White Woman to corral it and get it out. Let's see if Stevens slows it down here a little bit. Tries to find White Woman in the paint. You like Rabine on him?
Yeah, with this lineup, that's our guy for sure. With Caden out, that's definitely our guy that's going to be able to bang with him there.
Good job by Jake getting the rebound. Rodden underneath there, being physical as well. Arrows swinging around all the way to the baseline. White Woman's out there. I'm guessing he probably doesn't want to be out on that perimeter a whole lot.
Yeah, no, he's okay with it. He's going to do a soft closeout on Marcus too. He's not going to have to chase him a whole lot, even though he stepped into a 3.
Yeah, I think Rodden was looking for Rabine to cut there and just miscommunication between the two of them. The Arrows turned it over.
He's expecting for a little harder roll there. Marcus set the screen, the ball screen, then didn't move. So that one's just a communication deal. Looking at stats earlier, we talked about one of the keys here, not letting them get comfortable. From 3, they're 1 out of 4. From 3, 10 of 19 from the field at 52%. So Decent job defensively. The screen and roll on the sides hurt us. You might see it here again. They're going to do a pin down and seal.
You know, I think that 1 out of 4 too, if you're the Arrows, and 2 out of 5 now. If you're the Arrows, though, I mean, you'd rather have White Woman shooting the 3 versus underneath, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's got 9. He's got 9. He's got a few where he's comfortable. That last one, we didn't get the board. They got the old board, but we made him go over us. That right there was a nice little set that they ran. Really nice.
Yep, agreed.
You kind of focus on White Woman there, and then Hawley comes across a continuation. It's probably the third option on that play, and they get a 3 in the corner. I don't think Hawley's a guy we want to get real comfortable here tonight.
No, Holly can pop off real fast. So can JD Green too. I mean, we spent a lot of time talking about White Woman, but this team is pretty well rounded.
They are. They're balanced.
You know, they've got 2 guys that are averaging over double digits as Rabine misses the 3 in the corner, and then they got 2 guys that are one guy at 9, another guy just under 8. But after that, they fall off a lot.
Yep, they do. I think
they're top heavy.
In some respects, you know, they're fairly similar how their scoring is distributed, but a little discerning right here. You know, on our missed baskets, they're getting out and running, and we've kind of been fortunate on a few of their runouts, and it hasn't been necessarily off turnovers, but maybe some quick shots on our end. You know, we love Marcus stepping into shots there. That one probably was a little quick. He would probably be the first one to tell you.
Sure.
Kind of leads to some runouts. Dylan continues to be aggressive, and here we go. We're off to the races here on some of our perimeter shots.
Yeah, 3 on 2 there, and Holly doing his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation with the no-look pass. We are going to take a quick 30-second timeout here, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union.
Mr. Walker, the Watertown debate coach, also the host team for the weekend here. How many different schools do you got represented today?
We're just about 20 this year, so we lost a couple to weather, but still have a good turnout.
I would imagine the weather's been a little bit challenging this year.
Okay, Brian, we are back. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Arrows are chasing 4 as the Raiders hold on to a 24-20 lead. Let's reset the court for the Arrows real fast. Rabine, Rodden, Inkstrom, Beauchamp, and Kranz. This is a pretty important possession, right? You want to come out of this timeout, get a good look and score?
Yeah, it looks like I don't think we came out with any set of any sort. Just run our offense. Got down in the paint. Didn't get that one to go. We got Christensen in the game here, 33, I think, for the first time tonight for Stevens.
Good job by Beauchamp coming away with the steal. Arrows are going to push it here a little bit. You know, that last possession with the Arrows, I like what Rodden did there. I mean, wide open 3 here. See, nope, just misses again.
Yeah. So, like we're saying, and not to mention Rodden too much here, but he's taken a lot of shots here in the first half. Here's what I'm worried about. Dylan, don't stop shooting. Don't worry about the makes and misses right now. Are they good shots or aren't they? If they are, then we need you doing that.
Can get good job there by Rabine to take the charge there as White Woman kind of just dropped his shoulder and laid him out.
So we got 2 on White Woman there. 2. He'll probably sit. He'll definitely sit the rest of the half.
You know what? But they bring in a lot of beef behind him.
Yeah, the big fella come in. Great job there by Rabine. Could I call him the garbage man? He's a little bit of our garbage man.
You know, he kind of is.
Complimentary too.
Yeah,
remember, that's
absolutely.
not a slight. I love Mark. I'd tell Marcus that he would
for
get
sure.
it.
Rabine has done a really good job of being. I mean, he can go in the paint. He can go up top on the perimeter.
Willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. That's the definition of a garbage guy.
You know, I think every coach in the country would want a guy like that.
Oh, for sure. Sure.
You know,
if you don't have one, it's tough. Not everyone can be a star, right?
Yeah. Hey, when the coach asks, "Can you do this?" and your response is, "I can do whatever you need me to do, coach."
Yeah.
Like,
so
can't be upset with that.
So here's the deal, Sam. Right now, Stevens is opening this game up to allow us to take this game back. I mean, they have not had a good possession in quite some time. I mean, since Hawley hit the 3 in the corner, they have not done much. We haven't exactly taken advantage. This game is kind of stalled out.
Great pass by Cohen underneath to Caden.
Was that Cohen?
Yeah. Kranz
Great
with the
pass.
assist, and Beauchamp with a high percentage shot underneath.
Yeah, and that's a play with two guys in sync, right? Cohen penetrating, knowing that Beauchamp's going to cut behind the defense when he penetrates down the lane line. That's something they work on, and they're really good at. But there's a replay right there. That's a beautiful play.
Yeah, that was really nice. And just a few possessions prior to that, we saw the miscommunication, and now we see when both guys are in sync how that's supposed to go, and that was really good basketball there. Just about 20 seconds left here. Let's see if the Arrows can hold on.
So this is where you don't want to help. You don't want to help on him. I think we want to try to make him score. Can't leave Brooks. We're going to get the last shot about 10 seconds here.
Yeah, there's a possibility here for the Arrows to take the lead going into half. Beauchamp's going to take one on the perimeter as the clock buzzes and just missed. But all that being said, 24-22 at the end of the half. Can't be terribly upset with that.
No, neither coach is going to go in thrilled offensively how each team played, but defensively, I think on both sides the energy's there. Too many turnovers. I think each team almost is already up to 10. So they'll go in the locker room, talk about it, give them a little wisdom, and see what we got in the second half.
We'll take a quick 60-second timeout here, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. We'll get some water, gather some stats, come back here for the second half.
Mr. Walker, the Watertown debate coach, also the host team for the weekend here. How many different schools you got represented today?
We're just about 20 this year, so we lost a couple to weather, but we still have a good turnout.
I would imagine the weather's been a little bit challenging this year. What's the furthest school away?
This year, probably Sioux Falls this year. Normally we have North Dakota, but they aren't participating this year. So
you got both speech and debate going on. Is that both days, both Friday and Saturday?
So we have individual events today, and so that will include all of the interp events, oratory, extemp, and informative. And then tomorrow will be all debate, so public forum, Lincoln Douglas, and Congress.
Cool. Now Watertown's got a really good tradition and history of putting forth some pretty good debate teams. How are you looking this year?
Looking really good. We're still pretty young. COVID hit us a little bit hard, and so we're still pretty young. But we have a lot of great teams coming up, and yeah, we're looking good again. And this is our 75th. It's actually the 75th tournament this year in Watertown. So it's been run for 75 years, and it's the first year we changed the name over to the Donis and Levila Roberts Speech and Debate Invitational. So we're excited about that too.
Donis was one of my teachers way back in the day.
Yep.
Now, this is one of two big events that you've got in Watertown for speech and debate this year, right?
Correct. And we also are hosting the state debate tournament this year on March 1st and 2nd. So that'll be here in town as well at the high school.
Cool. Well, that'll be awesome. You still looking for judges for the one in March too?
Absolutely. If anyone is interested, do not hesitate to contact me about that. We would love to have you.
Cool. Get a hold of Mr. Walker if you want to be a judge in March for the state debate tournament. We're back in the lunchroom here. We found Brandon Valley student. What's your name?
Hi, my name is Olaf Lindquist.
Olaf Lindquist. What grade in school are you?
I'm at Brandon Valley High School, and I'm in the 10th grade.
Cool deal. So speech or debate? Or both?
I'm in speech right now.
Cool. Well, have you already competed today, or are you waiting to do that yet?
I've been to 2 rounds so far, and I have 1 or 2 left to go.
So now tomorrow rolls around, you doing speech again, or you switch over to debate?
Nope. I'll be at home. My school doesn't do debate, so I won't be here at all.
So you got to drive back to hop on a bus or a Suburban or something?
Yeah, we've got a little Suburban that we're taking back.
Cool. How many students from Brandon Valley made the trip up here today?
I think 4 of us. So pretty small group that came up today, just
Cool.
with the cold and everything.
What's the best memory being in speech?
Probably when I got to go to state with my team and just got to watch all of everybody's pieces.
Cool. Well, thank you much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
I'm Caden Beauchamp, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Marcus Rabine, and I'm a senior. Caden, would you rather be the funniest or the smartest person in the room?
I'd rather be the funniest because I'm not very smart. Marcus, would you rather be itchy or sticky forever?
Probably itchy if I had to choose one. Are you always slightly late or super early?
Slightly late. Marcus, are you a Swiftie or not?
No, definitely not. Is Bigfoot real?
Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. that feeling where you get like really tingly when people scratch different materials, that one gets me really bad. Be honest, are some babies just kind of ugly?
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure?
Probably growing out the chest hair, you know. So if you're a pro wrestler, what's your walk-up song?
My Heart Will Go On.
Okay.
Do fish get thirsty?
Definitely not, because you know they breathe in water.
My name is Josie Mooney, and I'm in the graduating class of 2025.
My name is Kenley Saxon, and I'm also in the graduating class of 2025.
Yeah, so we started off managing boys basketball in 7th grade, and we're still managing it our junior year.
The job that I do is I do the computer, so I enter like the assists, the rebounds, shots, all that.
As a student manager, I keep book, so that's just like the points, and then the fouls, the timeouts, who goes in.
My favorite part of being a manager is you're really involved. Like, you get to go to every game, you get to go to every away game. You're really involved with everybody.
Probably the bus rides and just like interacting with everyone. My happiest memory is probably the trips to Rapid, like the hotel, the bus ride, all of it's fun.
My favorite memories are probably when we are just at the game. Because me and Joseph usually have a lot of fun, and it's fun to watch the players because you get to watch them grow throughout the season. I don't know, I'm gonna be sad when it's over. So, I don't know, we've been doing it for so long, you kind of get to know everybody.
What I'm looking forward to the most as going into a senior manager is probably just being able to like experience like the whole thing. I mean, we've been doing it since 7th grade all the way to senior year too. So to see how like it all plays out, like I think it's pretty cool. That's what I'm most excited
about. All right, and we are back from halftime, and it was nice to see the lovely Josie Mooney and Kenley Saxton there talking about their experience as being student managers. Josie and Kenley have been student managers since 7th grade and came up with these guys all the way, so that's kind of fun to see. We are about 3 minutes away from the tip-off of the second quarter. Arrows down 24-22. Brian, real quick, can you reset the first half for us?
Yeah, you know, kind of like what we expected, Sam. Close ball game on both ends. I thought both teams were a little loose with it offensively. We were aggressive for the majority of the half, probably not as many ball reversals as what we typically would have, just to get the defensive guards more. But part of that is just Dylan getting downhill. I love how he came out aggressive. I just hope that he continues to be aggressive because I think we feed off of that. And really kind of a balanced attack for both teams. I know we got White Woman that has, I don't see the numbers up there right now, but I think he had maybe 8 or 9,
yeah.
I think, but he got most of those in the first quarter. Since that time, we've done a little bit better job on them. They have really good players. Some of our quick shots have led to runouts on their end. We've actually gotten really fortunate that they haven't scored more in transition on us. So I think defensive transition's got to be better. But overall, tight game. Score reflects it, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit maybe before the broadcast started, but I mean, we both kind of anticipated this one being a tightly contested affair. A lot of lead changes, a lot of back and forth, a lot of jabs in the middle of the ring, and
yeah,
you know, it might be who's ever got the ball on, you know, the last possession of the game.
Could be. We've had, I mean, it's kind of what we've been used to last week. You're talking about, or excuse me, Tuesday, about T being battle tested. I think, you know, our team's battle tested here. We just got to come out the right end of it here. But we'll see what goes down. A lot of basketball left here, and we'll see what shakes out. But I like a lot of the things we're doing defense. I think we've adjusted a little bit to their ball screen action. I think if you're Coach Stabner, you're probably going to that a little bit more because we were a step late early on that. But still comes down to, can we take care of the basketball, beat them on the glass, keep up the defensive intensity, And you know, we're shooting 40%. I think for us, it's probably close to on par what we normally have. We're at 31% from 3. You know, they're only shooting 28%. They've taken 7. We've taken 13. That's not abnormal, but they're shooting 28%. We can't let them get hot from 3 and get comfortable there. Overall, 50%. We'd like to bump that down about 10 more percentage points here in the second half and give us a chance.
If you're Watertown and you're Coach McClemens, who are you looking at to lead the start of the third quarter here?
I don't think anyone in particular. I think he, you know, is gonna tell the guy what are we good at. We play together well, right? So he's not looking at 1 or 2 individuals. You know, as a group, as a unit, that's when we're the strongest. So just gotta continue to go out. I think he's gonna want us to take care of the ball a little bit better, have some more quality possessions. Let's do it together because that's what our strength is.
Real quick before we start the second half here in just about 30 seconds, shout out to the Arrows sophomore team who played really well, put up 70 points, I think it was, in the game today. Arrows' future is really bright with the likes of Carter Bisker and Caden Decker and Jackson McClemens, Cole Hansen, you know, guys like that. I mean, it's really, really bright future.
Well, and those guys that you just mentioned, they're getting 7 quarters a night because they're playing 3 quarters. Excuse me. Most of those guys you just mentioned are playing 4 quarters JV and then they play 3 quarters of sophomore. So they're getting a lot of basketball in. And I agree. They, we have some nice players there that can put the ball in the basket. And I love how they play. So hopefully the future's bright there, and kids just got to keep getting better. It doesn't hurt if they grow about 4 inches either.
Right.
That
well,
won't hurt either.
You know, we got 8 seniors on this team, so you know we're gonna graduate 8 seniors. We saw, you know, with the girls team when they graduated 3 seniors, you know, in Kendall and Maddie and Jada. You know, we're gonna graduate 8.
Yep.
You know, so but hopefully these sophomores are ready to step up next year.
Yeah, definitely something that we worry about after this year.
For sure.
Because right now, let's enjoy these seniors that we have here, and let's have a good second half.
Absolutely. 24-22 Raiders as the Raiders get the ball to start the second half. Arrows are. Oh, good job by Jake getting his hand on that ball. Good way to start the second half with the swat. I think he gets a technical if he waves the finger as he tries to go back to back and he can't quite hit it. I had a great call on deck for that one too, Ryan. So Rapids going to take possession here. 24-22, just about a minute left, or a minute gone, excuse me, in the third quarter. Arrows doing a good job of playing tight defense here.
Yeah, it was interesting. Jake had a closeout on.
Caden may have got away with a push there. Take shots like that at the end of the buzzer, tightly contested, and good play by Rapid. That's number 20, Caleb Brooks.
Yeah, Brooks heads up play there. Jake gets caught with the clock going off, the buzzer going off, but it's still live there. So I think he kind of stopped. Brooks kept playing and throws it off, and that's a tough break for us. Smart play by Brooks.
Yeah, that was a smart play by him, and you know we see that quite a bit.
I think you know the buzzer went off. And so I think Jake kind of stopped, but apparently that play kept on.
Good job by Beauchamp getting his hand in there and causing White Woman to lose a shoe.
See, I don't know why we blew it dead.
See, I'm glad
honestly,
you said that because
yeah.
I was going to ask that. Just
yeah. And I think the ref, it's up to the ref. If they don't have an advantage, like if they had an advantage, they're going to keep it going. But once it's kind of a stalemate, they can blow the whistle. If we had a breakaway going the other way, he's not blowing the whistle. But when the offensive team is the ones that lost their shoe, I think if we lost our shoe, we would have kept it going. All right. Good job battling.
Good job by Jake there, battling underneath, gobbling up the rebound, drawing a foul.
Sam, the door's open for either team right now to take control of this game. I really believe that. I mean, I just think we've had a lot of empty possessions here now for over a quarter overall. The second quarter, not a lot got done. So I think the door's open here. We've got to have a few good possessions again.
Well, we talked about basketball being a game of momentum, and if you know the pendulum's kind of swinging a little bit back and forth right now, and like you said, I mean nobody's really taking ownership of it right now. But we do have an opportunity there as Rabine cuts to the basket and gets one to fall on a great pass by Colin Kranz.
Yeah, his vision is so good. I just love the confidence he's playing with, and isn't it fun to watch Rabine, Marcus play with the confidence? He wasn't finishing that shot around the hoop earlier this year.
No, not at all.
Now more often than not, he's finishing that. A little
You're
bump
gonna
on Caden there, trying to keep him from good position, right? I think if you're Coach McClemens, you're okay with
you'd
that
take
as long
that.
as you keep Caden out of foul trouble.
I think the last possession, Caden kind of got away with one as he had two hands in the back, and now you can see Caden and White Woman kind of bumping a little bit there as Caden's doing a good job of holding his own. And good help side defense by Jake there, but just came in a little late.
Yeah, it was a nice move. I think Coach McClemens was saying he shuffled his feet, and I don't think he's wrong, but made a really nice move there. He's tougher in the mid post, putting it on the floor because he handles it so well for his size.
And one from Cohen Kranz off the beautiful pass from Caden Beauchamp. I told you. I told you.
You did. You called this.
Did.
Let's keep it going.
Cohen Kranz is just a phenomenal basketball player, a great athlete.
So to our point, kind of when you're asking for the keys and what Coach McClemens maybe focus on, we've come out now and have scored off each other. Individually good plays, but it took another guy to make a good pass, right? So good cuts, good pass, and then good finishes at the hoop.
You know,
little three-quarter court pressure here.
At the beginning of the year, McClemens said, I asked him about the size or lack thereof, in the post, and he said,
grab that, grab it.
And he said, we got 5 post players. We're going to cut and slash, cut and slash, cut and slash, and there was another example of it.
Yeah, we play a little positionless basketball.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, though. Great job by the Arrows defense.
Yeah, I think if we get a bucket here, you might see a timeout. Coach Stabner, he's not thrilled with their offensive production here.
Great move by Kranz as he attacks the basket. They're going to call the foul before the shot.
I'm going to say it again. It's fun to watch Cohen play with the confidence he's playing with. Because he's a different guy.
He really is.
He's a different guy from the first few games this year. And kudos to him. Just playing decisive and confident. All the difference in the world.
Yeah, and basketball especially, if you got to have confidence to take a shot with the guy right in your mouth, right? Just a few inches in front of you, to go up there strong and take it, get in there. Good move by Engstrom, just misses.
Yeah, I thought Will did a good job of getting by him. I thought he got bumped. Could have maybe got one. Got caught under the hoop, then a little deep.
I think Caden is frustrating White Woman a little bit, but
so this is where it's tough. So we got to make sure.
Oh boy, that was nice there. Arrow's fortunate.
All right.
And so, speaking of fortunate,
yeah, right. I was about to say we lead the state. We lead the state in not obtaining loose balls, and then they throw it off their knee. So they're right now they have them at 10 turnovers. I think it's probably more like 12 or 13 because I think they've turned it over. They had 9 at half.
Yeah, they've turned it over 2 or 3
times.
This,
so they're starting to mount up a little bit.
Yeah,
but credit our rotations too, Sam. We're getting there earlier. We're a step earlier here this half than we were to start the game.
Yeah, they seem faster, and is that a second half coaching talking point, or a halftime talking point?
Which is what you emphasize. I think Coach McClemens might disagree with that call.
Yeah,
a little bit.
We'll see a replay here. We'll see if they may have got that one right.
I think it was a good call.
I think it was a good call too. Beauchamp's got a little banged up finger.
So we do get a little timeout. Chris is going to reset here a little bit.
Beauchamp slammed his finger in a garage door.
Caden did?
Yeah, Caden did, and it swelled up pretty big. And
shooting hand or no?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was on the shooting hand. So he tried to tape a couple fingers together, but had a hard time releasing, and then ended up actually taking the tape off at practice yesterday. He caught a ball, and then it popped the finger and released all the pressure in there. So his finger actually feels better today than it did even going into practice yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the inside scoop here at Aero TV. That
see.
That's interesting story how that can happen because it had already swelled up.
Yeah,
for
it
you?
already swelled
Yikes.
up and it had a big blister on
What are we
it.
doing getting our fingers in a garage door? What's going on there?
Well, you know, he's good at basketball. He's good at football. You know, but you know, apparently he's not too good at shutting doors.
Apparently.
Yeah. I mean, there's worse things that he can be bad at. You know.
All right, so yeah, here we've taken the lead. We're up by 1 here. Stevens ball, look for a set. They might go back to their screen and roll. Maybe a little high post stuff with White Woman up top.
Resetting the floor for the Arrows. Torgy, Cohen, Kranz, Rabine, looks like Bisker
over there.
and Engstrom. So a lot of
Watch a
guys.
back door here. Watch a back door.
A lot of starters.
No, they're going to get the ball inside. Got a hold by Marcus. So Marcus is just going to battle. He's got 5 fouls to give here on the big fella. He's just going to battle.
Do we know how White Woman shoots from the free throw line?
Yeah, I had it here earlier. I think you stole my sheets, probably.
White Woman, he's 12 of 19 on the year from the free throw line. Is that 63%? Kind of a jack of all trades, that young man is. Good basketball player, fun to watch. Good drive there. Good job by Rodden stepping in front of that. Bisker corrals it. Arrows are going to speed it up here a little bit.
Hang on.
Careful,
Hang on,
careful,
fellas.
careful.
We got to start capitalizing here. They have given us numerous opportunities.
Bisker trying to get on the board for the first time, and he gets swatted away.
Another good cut. Just ran into some towers there. Great board by Dylan. It's all about positioning, Sam.
Yep, good sportsmanship by White Woman, helping Dylan up. 27-26 Arrows. We need a bucket here. I feel like it's been a hot minute since the Arrows have scored.
Yeah, we're in a slugfest here, aren't we?
Yep.
I mean, this is, we like to keep it positive here, but it's a little ugly.
Yeah. Well, while we have a quick break in the action, if you're watching us from home, give us a shout out on YouTube. Let us know where you're at, where you're from, who you're watching. Maybe if you're nice to us, Norberg will give you a shout out on air. He tells me that's the only reason why he's here. He likes to say hi to people.
We like to kind of make fun of people that we either are or aren't listening. Either way, it's enjoyable. They don't have a comeback for us.
Yeah, there's no way for them to defend
No rebuttal.
themselves.
Yeah, no rebuttal.
It works out well. Engstrom's doing a good job of staying tight out on the perimeter, not letting JD Green drive or get any open lanes.
Green has been very quiet.
Yeah,
and I know he facilitates a lot, but he's been very quiet tonight.
Bisker got a little over aggressive there going for the steal and opened up the lane for Howley.
Yeah, you can't give him a straight run to the hoop.
Beauchamp and Jake looking to check back in. See Engstrom underneath that all there a whole lot?
No, that it's probably a little out of character. You know, it's not a terrible shot by any means. It's just a little out of character what maybe our strengths are.
Yeah, that one's tough. Wide open three from Lincoln Howley.
5 quick ones from Howley. He's definitely been their best player tonight. He's comfortable. So pretty effective timeout by Coach Stabney there to kind of regroup.
Hey,
but we're just stuck on 25.
Real quick, talk to me about the dynamics of what's happening in front of the bench right now, in front of the scoreboard. You got 3 Arrows waiting to check in. You got a guy from Stevens waiting to check in. They're right next to each other. You know, you're battling. Like, is there any conversation that goes on there?
Probably not.
Do you even look at the guy?
No, kind of that awkward. You know, you're sitting right next to the guy, I guess. Depends on the individual. There'll probably be some players, they strike up a conversation. I don't know. These kids know each other in a lot of cases. Not so much with Stevens kids, but, you know, a lot of these kids, they've played against each other growing up, right? Since 2nd grade.
Yep.
So there's our backdoor cut there on reversal. Did a good job of covering. Dylan didn't fall for it. Yeah, we're stuck offensively. We've done enough defensively here this half, but offensively, we're stuck here a bit. We got to get something going.
And who do you look to?
Well, I mean, first, you know, like you said before, I mean, it's got to be, we kind of do it together. But Dylan's a guy, he's kind of, I don't know if he scored here in the 2nd half. Now with Green, I jinxed that, didn't I?
Got Cohen there on an outlet. Opts to hand it off to Rodden instead, and Rodden gets swatted into almost the front row there. Maybe got away with one there? Maybe maybe on the body?
Yeah, I think he got fouled. Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, it wasn't up top, but down low.
51 seconds left in the first here. Arrows really need a bucket on this possession. Down by 6. Definitely, certainly not the end of the world.
No, but we want to keep it manageable here. We had a lead. There's a good look. There we go. Because sometimes you need to, sometimes you just need to break the seal a little bit, all over again.
Good job by Cohen to stay at his feet there and not jump and leave his feet and give up an easy basket. Great job of getting his hands in there, but we're going to get called a foul. Tough call there on Kranz. He's going to draw the foul. Diane Rodden checks in from Evansville, Indiana. Evansville, Indiana. She says Dylan Rodden is our great nephew. Well, Diane, we appreciate you watching, and your great nephew is a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, they should be proud.
Yeah, all the way from Evansville, Indiana.
Wow.
How about that? 35 seconds left, 34 seconds left here. Shot clock is off, so Rapid can hold for one final shot if they so choose. Going on the ball here, not pressuring quite yet. Is he just going to kind of play off a little bit? And
preferably, yeah. I mean, maybe you want to come get a count. You know, preferably maybe make him get a count going. But he's going to take off here about 6 to 8 seconds.
Back in the
little
corner.
handoff flare.
And that one's going to get blocked by a combination of Beauchamp Rodden.
Yeah, old Coach Deckert ran that one at Brandon Valley a lot to get a lot of open jumpers at the end of a clock. A little ball screen right into a flare. It happens quick.
Sure.
So a lot of times you want to take that shot. You know, you want to start it with about 8 to 6 seconds, and you want to take the shot when there's 3 seconds left, so you have an opportunity to get an offensive board.
Rapid has a hard time getting it in. Very well contested there by both.
Yeah, defended that.
Rodden and
Jake. Yeah, they defended that really well.
At the end of the third quarter,
we hung on, Sam.
Rapid City Stevens 33, Watertown Arrows 29. We will take a quick timeout. Brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. We'll come back for the fourth quarter.
Automotive Group, where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
All right, just like that, our break is over. We're going to enter the fourth quarter here with the Arrows chasing 6. Just got to score, right? I mean, defense is there. They just got to get the ball to drop.
Yeah, we just got in a lull there. We couldn't get anything going, and had some good looks. And meanwhile, they were kicking it around on their end, and then they just go on a little run. Howley gets 5 straight, and then followed by Green with a layup, and that's the difference. Down 4. Still anyone's ball game here.
Excuse me, down 4. I think I said down 6. So resetting real quick. Stats say that the Raiders have 10 turnovers, Arrows 7, 5 offensive rebounds to 2, 9 defensive rebounds to 10. There's been 4 free throws shot this entire game. We talked about the Raiders and we talked about White Woman's ability or inability to shoot free throws. And we haven't seen the Raiders.
I'm confused by the call.
I think call it.
I don't think it ever went out of bounds. I don't know what he's calling.
No, and it wasn't a foul.
No. Either way, it's white ball.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take it. Got an opportunity to hit Caden up top. Good job by Torgerson to split the defenders. Going to call the foul on the floor, so no shot.
I think when you play Watertown, we do a good job of attacking the closeouts. We shoot it well enough overall that you have to close out on our shooters. But we do a nice job there as Jake shuffles the feet, where we do kind of across the board do a pretty good job of attacking and putting pressure on defense closeouts. If you can do that, usually you can get the ball movement and get some good looks out of it.
Is Jake the best pure shooter on this team?
He certainly can be. I think, yeah. Jake's got a smooth stroke. We obviously know him as, just hand-eye coordination. He's really got a smooth stroke, and when he's able to get the feet set in rhythm, yes, he really can shoot it. I don't think there'd be a lot that would argue with that. Just hasn't had a lot of opportunities.
Great
here
help
tonight.
defense by Jake as he sticks his paws in there and takes the ball away. Good job by Caden. Props to Beauchamp. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Beauchamp's doing a great job underneath on White Woman. I think he's played really well defensively there, but great help
really
defense
has.
by Jake.
No, Caden's done a really good job there. We got a nice look there by Jaker. Yeah, we're just having a hard time scoring right now. Bottom line.
Miscommunication there by Rapid as they turn it over, and I feel like at this point, both teams are doing their best to give it to the other team.
Exactly. You're exactly right. You described that very accurately. And I think our guys right now kind of looking around, looking at each other. Who's going to step up? And there's a point where someone needs to take the initiative, step up, and get a bucket.
Yeah, let's see if Rodden can get one to drop here. And it hits everything but the bottom of the net. Yeah, I mean, this is the point where, like you said, I mean, step up. I mean, I think that is really key here. Everybody's kind of looking at each other and who's going to step up, who's going to take over, who's going to control it.
Yeah, the frustration starts to mount a little bit when the ball's not going in the hoop, and people get frustrated. But that's got to be at them.
Yeah, I was going to say. I mean, he kind of got clotheslined a little bit there, but you can see Caden right away. It went to his finger.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it again now. I think
a little closing speed out of Beauchamp there. He's going after the quarterback.
Yeah, well, I was talking to his dad, and he might be playing linebacker next year, so I'd like to see that.
He's got pretty good feet.
Yeah, you know what I think could really spark us here is if Rodden can attack underneath, drop a couple fouls, as Beauchamp hits the back end of the iron on that. That's kind of what I'm waiting to see. I really want to see Rodden just slash to the hoop, even if he doesn't get it to drop. If he can just get fouled, and go to the line.
Yeah, when you're struggling to score, I mean, we're not making perimeter jumpers right now. I think you have to then try, like you're saying, get to the free throw line, get to the basket. I think we're trying to do that, but we're frustrated right now. Coach is frustrated. We're frustrated. Stevens is frustrated. Because it's just not real pretty basketball right now. But 5:57 to go. We got 6 minutes to go, and it can change in a hurry, Sam. It can change in a hurry for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in that last quarter with Holly, picking up 5 points in a matter of 5 seconds.
Yeah.
We saw it at the end of the T game.
Yeah. Their spurt ability is probably a little higher than ours as far as their ability to score in bunches.
Is spurt ability is
a word.
That is that.
Yeah. Coach speak. That's a word.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Who am I to question you? So I'm gonna go with spurt ability. I might steal it.
And trust me, I didn't make it up. It's stolen. I've never had an original idea in my life. So.
Julie and Randy Martin. I'm up. She helps me. Martin. Are
they relatives of
they said they're watching from Rapid City, so we appreciate you guys watching from West River. And your young man there, he's a very good basketball player and fun to watch. And Diane says very proud of Dylan, fun to be able to watch from Indiana. You guys are doing a great job. Appreciate you, Diane, and appreciate you watching all the way from Indiana. So 5 minutes, 57 seconds left here. Arrow's still chasing for it. We don't have any points this quarter, do we, Brian?
No.
From either side, right?
Another backdoor cut. Jake got caught on that one.
Is that the announcer's jinx there?
No, they like to run that 2 or 3 times a game. We've defended it well to this point. We got caught there. We got to attack him.
Beauchamp passes on the 3. Looks over to Torgy. Torgy's going to drive and meet White Woman for a hard foul. All right, so this is going to get us to the line. See if we can get on the board here. Get it back to a 1-possession game. No, we'll still be chasing 4. It's good to see Torgerson hit the first one here.
Broke the seal.
Yeah, it's good. Torgy is shooting.
He doesn't have a ton of attempts.
He's shooting 75% from the line.
All right.
So it gets 1 of 2. That'll drop that average a little bit. 35-30 Raiders. Good job by Jake stepping in front of that one. How about the hustle, though?
Both guys, yeah, both guys. It's good hustle by Brooks as well.
Yeah.
He's kind of getting up saying, what did I do wrong? I mean, we're kind of even both going after it. I kind of would agree to him, or with him.
I don't disagree.
It wasn't a foul on Jay. I don't think it was a foul. It's a play on.
Yeah, I don't think it was a foul on either guy. I mean, Brooks left his feet and dove and tried to save the ball. How's that feel on the body? I mean, the hardwoods, there's super not. I mean, it's not really forgiving, is it?
There's kids that hit the ground. It sounds like a bag of rocks hitting the ground, and other kids can dive, and it just doesn't affect them.
Oh, Cohen got a good look there, and it just kissed the rim and bounced out. Kind of an in and out deal.
Yeah, we've had every opportunity here that we can ask for. Just got to stay consistent here, stay persistent here, kind of battle through it. Problem is we're just running out of time. But a lot of time left here, but we're continuing to keep ourselves in the game because defensively we've been pretty good. It's always a two-way street. You can always, like as a coach, I always felt like, man, were we that good defensively or were they just that bad offensively?
And I'm glad you said that because that's literally what I was just going to ask you. So what is it? Are the Arrows playing? So McClemens is not happy with something.
We have a shot clock situation. He's saying that shouldn't have set. It's always nice when the coach comes out to tell the refs what to do, you know, because they should be looking at it. That's a 10-second difference that they didn't pay attention to.
Yeah. And, you know, as a coach, I mean, you have to pay attention to everything. And that 10 seconds, as we know in basketball, I mean, that's a huge.
Leave it. Leave it. Leave it.
Okay, that's going to be our ball.
Another great hustle. Both guys again, right?
Yeah, Rabine doing a great job going after the ball, and so is Holly. Rapid team's fun to watch.
Should we give Marcus credit, say he ran step for step with Holly there? Because that kid can move. He's fast.
Yeah, well,
we'll just say I think he was step for step with him.
Rabine's not slow either.
No, not at all. His dad is, but he's pretty fast. No offense to Clint. Here we go. Big possession for the Arrows here. Just kind of waiting for something to cheer about here if you're in the arena.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's kind of sitting down in the arena, just like you said, just waiting for somebody to spark them as Jake turns it over. And again, it's a miscommunication between Jake and Rod. And how long have these guys been playing together?
I know. It's just one of those where, you know, you could make the argument either way. I mean, Jake can't throw until he knows he's cutting, but Dylan is wide open to cut. And Dylan knows that, and it's not either of their fault. It's a we thing there.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, that's not, like you said, I mean, that's nobody's fault in particular, but these guys been playing together for a long time. Like to see them get on the same page.
Yeah.
So just about 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Arrows still chasing 5. Defensively, we've been talking about it all game. Defensively doing really well. Offensively, just not getting the ball to drop. Beauchamp doing a good job on White Woman underneath. Has been all game. Good help side defense there as Beauchamp leaves White Woman.
So here's the deal.
Block.
If you're Watertown, you're frustrated. If you're Coach Stabner, you're nervous because you know that we have absolutely just opened the door for them, and they have not capitalized.
Hey, good pass by Rod and underneath the Beauchamp. Get a bucket.
So it's always interesting.
And look at McClemens. McClemens is out there greeting them.
So we feel like we should be up. We feel like we've let so many opportunities go on the offensive end, where Coach Stabner and Stevens, they're over there saying the same thing. They're saying we should be up 10 or 12. I know he's kicking himself right now, not kicking himself, but he's upset about that. So it goes both ways. As frustrated as maybe the Arrows are right now, Stevens can probably feel the same way.
Melissa Hansen chimes in and she says, so fun listening to you both. Best live feed for high school boys in South Dakota and best announcers I have heard. Fun to listen. Thanks.
Send her a gift card. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, that is super nice. Appreciate that, Melissa, and thank you for watching Arrow TV and listening to Brian and I. So 3.5 minutes left here, and so can you go into a little bit more detail about what you were just talking about as far as both coaches kind of in the same boat and what they're thinking? You know, like being frustrated.
Yeah, no, and right now here's the deal. It's a 3-minute game, a 3.5-minute game. We're down 3. We'll see if Pat mixes anything up defensively. There's really no reason to. We've given up 35 points. If we could have told Pat with 3 minutes to go in the game, you've only given up 35 tonight against Stevens, would you take it? I think you'd take it in a heartbeat, but I think you would assume we're up 10 because we wouldn't be expected to be at 32. So it's been a defensive battle struggle. I think. Coach Stabner is probably going to draw some up here, some sort of set play, just to get some continuity or get something going here. We got
Well, we
White
started-
Woman at the high post, Sam. They do a lot of scissors action out of the high post there, and he's a tough cover there because he's a good passer, and you got really athletic kids cutting off of him.
Do you want Pochamp to the right of him like that, or do you want him behind him? You just move behind him.
Up there, you guys stay behind. So they're gonna go maybe a little scissors action here once we enter it. There's your scissors action.
The crowd's gotten into it a little bit more. The arena's starting to pick up a little bit. The student section's letting everybody know that they're there.
Great slip. Credit to Stevens. We took away the first 2 or 3 options and a nice slip by old 33 off the bench.
Yeah, that's Jess Christensen. Pochamp's got White Woman underneath, loses control of it, hustles after it. Gonna get a foul on Jake.
Yeah, so is that, we got 4 fouls on 20, but that's their 20, not ours.
Yeah, no,
only 2 team fouls, so not shooting free throws here. They have 4. You know, the next foul on Stevens, we go to line for 2. Just interesting with the rule change, how that changes the end of games.
Jake, well, according to that, Jake's got 4.
Oh, that was his 4th then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jake's got 4.
They're quick on the trigger over there.
Yeah, we're gonna need
great help.
Good job, Jake.
All right, boys.
Jake defense. The help side defense has been really well. There's a little fortuitous bounce towards us last week or earlier this week against Steve. We weren't getting them.
Oh, you say fortuitous, I say lucky.
Cohen goes way deep and just hits the front of the iron. I think we had a mismatch there with Dylan.
There's 5 on Jake then.
So Jake's done. I think we had a mismatch there on Dylan. You know, Dylan was at the top of the key, and instead of driving to the hole.
Yeah, I think, you know, Cohen's shooting that shot, and like we're saying, we're looking around. Let's get someone to step up, right? So wait a second, they're going to let us play on here, apparently, right?
Yeah, I mean,
so we thought Jake had 5, but we're playing on. Pat had Will at the table, waved him back.
Yeah, I mean, it said 4. Was the foul not on Jake?
Unless they got a number 20. They got Brooks. Is Brooks over there with 4? Another turnover by Stevens. Telling you, Sam, they're giving this to us.
5 points in 2 minutes is. I'm more confused about the Jake foul situation
Well,
than being
I think they're. No, okay. We got maybe the board was wrong with 4. It should have been 3. So either way, Jake's on the board and the ref agrees with it. So or on the court. So
yeah. I mean, we prefer him on the. Who
are we to argue?
Yeah, exactly. Great job there. Rodden underneath gets it out to Jake, who passes, and he's gonna get a.
Quick there. So now we're shooting.
Yeah. So this is good now because that's their 5th foul. Jake's gonna go to the line.
So now any foul, we get 2. Let's knock down a couple here and continue to get some stops.
Just resetting, the Arrows have 3 team fouls. This is the 5th team foul on Stevens. Jake's going to go to the line for 2. Back into the iron on that one.
I don't remember a time. I think, you know, we have 0 guys in double figures here at this point in the game, but boy, we just haven't been able to get the ball in the basket. There we go.
Gets that one to fall. Got to get back quick, stop that. 33 kind of outlet there. So if you're rapid here, you just play your normal offense like you normally would, right? I mean, time still isn't so much of a factor here.
Yeah, the side screen roll here, just switched it.
Yeah, really looking for White Woman in the post, but doing a good job of switching off and staying on him, making it difficult to get him the ball.
Yeah, they want to get it down low. We've done a pretty good job of preventing it to this point. Low clock here, late
Good job, great defense by the Arrows. It's going to be kicked off of Caden.
We're going to quick since it's under 15.
2 seconds.
Does it just stay at 2 or do we reset at 15?
No, I believe it stays at 2. So as there's a timeout here, Kay McDonald checks in. She says, thanks so much for the broadcast. Watching from Parhump, Nevada. Don't have anyone playing, but have family there. It's so fun to have a connection with everyone there. Go Arrows. So we've got Nevada.
Yeah.
We've got Indiana.
Well, I've been to Parhump, Nevada, haven't you?
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I hear they're salt of the earth people there.
I'm guessing it's warmer.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm guessing the scenery is probably a little better. Mountains, maybe Some palm trees.
Probably no Lake and Pesca out there though.
That's fair.
So we got
Pelican.
late clock, 2 seconds here. Probably draw something up at the rim to throw it up. Maybe just throw it up to one of the big guys. Yeah, either him or Hawley going at the basket possibly. But big opportunity here, 4-point game. See if we can hold them here. And coach is probably down there talking about not only defensively what to look for here, but then maybe getting something called here going to the offensive end, something that they already have in the playbook.
So in this timeout, it's kind of a 2-for-1, right? Because you're talking about the defensive possession.
Could be.
And then you're setting up the offensive possession right after.
More than likely, we're talking a little both there. I know they had the board out. Coach Kranz does a great job of usually having something for us to run. So they're probably talking about, hey, let's run this. Here's the little wrinkle we're going to have on it.
Coach Svensson chimes in from Texas, says, good job, fellas. So another state off our list there. I can't let them get the rebound there, guys.
They're gonna give a push. Could have been a double dribble. We got a push on Dylan, so still not shooting.
But 35 seconds. Get the shot clock back. Get a full fresh 35.
We might need to do a call-in with Coach Svensson here. This second game, he's been paying attention to the arrows. That's awesome because he's down, I believe, in Texas still.
Yep. He says watching from Texas. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Appreciate him. All right, I appreciate arrows turn. Arrows get the ball, get a hand in there. Try to get it back quickly here. Get a quick transition layup here. That'd be nice. Jake is all over the place tonight. He's doing a really good job of getting his paws up there into the lanes and making it difficult, but you'd want to kind of go our way right now.
Yeah, that was a tough one there. The offensive rebound. Long ricochet off the rim on a perimeter shot there. Hate to give anyone an excuse, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the ball just doesn't go your way.
Yeah,
Sadly, we've seen that
a ball screen, a little two-man game here again.
Yeah, roll, just see it, and
Yeah, the refs have really tightened things up in the last quarter. To me, not saying it's a bad call, but we've all of a sudden gotten pretty tight with everything.
If anything, it stops the clock, but it is going to send Stevens to the line, and going to the line for Stevens is number 11, Segrist.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. We had him down, under 15 again on the shot clock, but got a box here again.
38-33 Raiders.
Gonna go down and get a quick one.
2 big free throws for the Raiders, as checking out for the Raiders is Segrist. On the court for the Arrows, Rabine, Rodden, Krantz, Jake, and Caden. You need a quick bucket here?
Need a quick one. Doesn't have to be a 3, but down 6. We got to probably take that one. Just not the right guy at the time. Now we're kind of caught.
We're going to get Dylan for a travel. I just feel like kind of the air has been sucked out here.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's just been one of those nights. Offensively, where it's been a struggle. We got out of sync at a certain point. Now we got to get a little bit of a miracle here.
I mean, second half points.
What do we have at half?
Hey, great steal there by Krantz.
Kick it out.
Wow, great basket underneath. Forces the steal. Does his best Dylan Rodden impersonation underneath.
Yeah.
Gets 2 quick points.
Changes the equation here a little bit.
Yeah, geez, that's a tough shot underneath by Cohen Krantz. Tough shot underneath. 39-35 Raiders. 31.7 seconds left. So are we fouling right away here?
We're gonna try to get a steal. If we don't get a steal, or if you get a trap in the corner, you don't need to foul yet. There's still a lot of time left. It's still a 4-point game, but on the first pass out of the trap, then you got to foul, right? So if we, preferably try to get a deflection or a steal right off the inbound. Otherwise, if they're going to catch it in the corner, get a good trap. Don't need to foul yet in the trap, but on the pass out of it, if they get it, then we got to foul.
Is there anybody from Stevens that you don't want touching the ball right here?
Yeah, I think they're fairly balanced on their free throw shooting. I know you had that in the second page there. Yeah, we're at 63. White woman 63. Seagrass 70. They're not a great free throw shooter. I'd say he's the one we probably don't want to, but it's nothing where you're going to be too picky. And you just can't afford to be. You can't afford to be too picky on it.
You know, in the last few games, we've been on this exact same side of this kind of game.
Yeah, weird.
You know, it'd be nice if we could get a different outcome this time.
Oh.
Maybe get the foul there.
Yeah, got to do it there at that point. We did a good job. They almost threw it away.
So White Woman's going to go to the line for 2. He's got 11 points this game, which is just off of his season average. No, yeah, he's averaging 11.9. Makes the front one, making it a 35-40 game, 5-point game. 26.7 seconds left. Basketball, it's an eternity, no?
Yeah, it's still a lot of time. No question.
White Woman draws the back, and
now we got to go. Got to go, Jake. Don't be. You got to take it.
Beauchamp gets it over the 10-second mark. Dillon looking for a 3, finds it. There's a meeting underneath the basket. Beauchamp ends up with it, gets 2 more. Makes it 37-40, 7.8 seconds left.
So 1 possession game. You know, at 7.8 seconds, now you're at a point you got to try to get a steal. Get a steal, kick it out for a 3. It's easy as that. If we don't get it, we're going to foul right away. If they miss their free throws, we're going the other way with time to get a shot off at least.
Ryan and Cassie Heiser say great job as always. Great to have Aero TV when not able to make the game. Appreciate that. Heiser family is
Ryan may or may not have had a recent birthday.
Another year older. Successful year.
Then again, I could be completely wrong.
At some point he had a birthday.
Maybe it was one of the other, 50 Heisers
That's
in
fair.
Watertown, possibly. I think it was Ryan.
But at some point he had one, so happy early or belated birthday.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Just cover all the bases.
So here we go. We're gonna double.
They put another second on
Good.
the clock.
We'll take all of it we can get. So we're gonna deny here. Try to switch. We're gonna deny. Maybe get around. There we go.
Hey, Cohen Kranz comes up. Oh, he does not come up with it. Ah.
That's as close as you can get to getting a steal and not coming away with it.
I thought he had it there. 5 seconds left.
Brooks on the line.
He got a little Charlie horse on his thigh there. Maybe knee to knee.
Yeah, it looks like he got a knee to the thigh. Man, Cohen did a good job. I was kind of wondering what Cohen was doing, not fronting him, but he played on the side of him, got his hand in there. We had it for a second.
Big free throws here coming up from Stevens. Brooks at the line with just a couple arrows down there. Misses the front one, gives the arrows a chance. White Woman's going to check out for defensive purposes.
So we have 1 left. If he misses, okay, he's going to call it now. He's going to say, you maybe let it play out. If he misses, you're telling your guys on the touch, you're calling a timeout.
So with this timeout that McCummins calls now, he's going through both scenarios in the huddle, right?
Yeah, on a miss, he's saying, hey, on a miss, whoever gets it, the 2 low guys, because it didn't look like Rapid had guys in the paint, in the lane. But on a miss, he's saying, hey, we're getting the rebound, getting it to Dillon, and we're going, right? And it's a 3, right? It's you only can take a 3 here. On a make, he's drawing something up. So he's, and if they make it, obviously we're down 4. Don't pick up the ball. You have all the time in the world. Make the ref give you the ball, and we're going to try to get some, like a long pass to the hoop that doesn't take up a lot of time at all, even if it's a 2 still, as crazy as that sounds. But,
sure.
Really our only
Christian
shot.
Leitner style?
Yeah, really our only shot is if he misses. And he might just be drawing it up for the miss only. And on a make, they probably already have a full court play. We always had a home run play we'd run that the guys were supposed to know.
Yeah.
I don't know if we always did.
How often do you practice that scenario?
We practice every night before a game. We'd practice home run. And I can say we never won a game on it. but there's a lot of great shots made in practice. It looked good in practice, especially with no defense. Looked great.
See if the
So
junior high section can get behind this free throw and make it a little more difficult. It did get a little louder in the arena here as Brooks steps to the line for what is a very clutch free throw that he is going to make. And exactly like you said, just taking their time, finding one. Rodden's going to go deep and hit the front of the iron, and that's going to close it out. Stevens is going to take this one 41-37. Brian and I are going to take a quick 60 seconds-ish to gather our thoughts and come back after another tough loss. We'll close this one up.
All right, so here in one of the prep rooms with Lucy Walker, I believe, Coach Walker, Mr. Walker's daughter.
Yes.
So what do you got on tab for this week?
I typically compete in either student congress, informative, and then on Saturdays, public forum.
So tomorrow, public forum. You got nothing today then, or what?
No, nothing today. I'm not competing this weekend. My partner is actually out of town, so.
Awesome. What's the favorite part about being in speech and debate?
Well, a lot of this tournament, at least, is very nostalgic for me because I've been around it since I was probably 3 years old.
Well, that begs the question: what grade are you in now?
I'm a senior.
Ooh, so you got like the last 2 months or so of debate season.
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
So,
What's the best memory you've had so far?
I like just competing with my partner, and I like staying in hotels. We always have a really good time.
So who's this partner we keep hearing about? The one that's not here today.
Josie Compton. She's currently actually working in Pier, so
She's
it's
doing
taking her to
she's
great
doing an
places.
internship with the governor out
She
there, right?
is,
Yeah,
yes.
that's right. I talked to her, was it a couple weeks ago? So so good
Yep.
for her. So is she done for the season then, since she's out there?
Yes. So I probably will not compete in public forum for the rest of this year, but we had a good run.
Cool. Well, thanks for taking a minute with us. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we are back. The Arrows drop a third heartbreaker in a row, this time 41-37 to the Raiders from Rapid City Stevens. Tough, Brian. I mean, we talked about how do you bounce back after one tough loss, and then we come back and we talk about how do you bounce back after two rough losses. Now we got 3 rough losses, but the good news of it is that they don't have to wait long to play again, right? I mean, they turn around and play tomorrow, short memory.
Yeah.
Move
Yeah,
forward.
I know as a coach and a player especially, you're glad you get to get on the court right away again instead of facing another week of practice before you get a chance to get on the court again. But no question about it. Hey, credit to Stevens. They didn't play their best game tonight either. We certainly didn't on the offensive end. Coach McClemens had our guys ready, and these guys are resilient. It's easy. They played a talented team tonight. Stevens has some really talented kids. They have good size. We really did a good job of frustrating them. I know they're not thrilled. They weren't very sharp either, but our guys were resilient, and with as bad as we were offensively tonight, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but we just couldn't get the ball to fall. We had some good looks. But we just got out of rhythm. We were good again in the first quarter, Sam, I thought, offensively. And really from that point out, the rest of the 3 quarters, we just had a hard time getting in any sort of a rhythm. So sometimes when you're not shooting it great, there's a reason. But also it kind of snowballs. But what we didn't do is let it affect our defense. So we continue to play good defense and give ourselves a chance. We just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, I think all in all, I mean, me personally, I'm not a big moral victory guy. And I don't think we need to start talking about moral victories here. I mean, especially in the last 3 games. I mean, they're there. They're there. I mean, but when you lose close games like that, that toughens you up, right? I mean, we talked about battle tested, but I mean, is this a turning point now for the Arrows season?
Well, we definitely, we still have 2 more games at home here tomorrow, and then Tuesday we have a good Huron team that shows up. So it's such a long season, and there's peaks and valleys throughout a season, and like I said all along, and you and me have talked about it, these guys won't roll over. Yeah, it's discouraging. It's tough. Kids bounce back in a hurry. They bounce back a lot quicker than parents do, than coaches do, to be honest.
That's
But
a fact.
they bounce back, and you feel as good about kind of your last game. So if we can get a win tomorrow against a good Central team coming in, I know they're locked in a battle right now with Brookings down in Brookings. They got to they'll probably drive up here, stay the night in Watertown, or maybe a nicer hotel in Brookings, who knows. But they'll be here probably. Yeah, they'll stay here at night, and then it's an early morning. You start right away. The JV games and freshman games start at 10:30.
Right.
So those are looking to get out on a Saturday, come out, watch these lower level games between here, the middle school, and the auxiliary gym.
Yeah, there's a lot of great basketball going on in Watertown.
Yeah, it's fun.
With Aero TV is great, and the Aero TV gives everybody a good alternative to come to watch high school basketball in and around the community. I mean, we talked about it today. People from Nevada, Texas, Indiana, all that stuff is great. But there's nothing that can replicate the live atmosphere of the Watertown Civic Arena.
Yeah, for sure. So that Saturday afternoon game with the Rapids is always tough. It's always a little quiet, kind of a little dead. So yeah, let's you and me challenge Aero fans. It's cold out, Sam. Come to the arena. It's nice and warm in here.
Popcorn's warm.
Sam is signing autographs.
Left-handed.
People show up and support these guys. These kids work hard. I mean, here's what's interesting. Quickly. These kids not only work hard during the season, they work hard all year round now. We ask of high school kids what we used to ask of college kids that only played one sport. These guys play 2 or 3 sports.
Sure.
So that's why you want so much for them to have success. And these guys will be fine. They'll be good. Coach will have them ready to go tomorrow. And we just got to kind of rebound and see that ball go through the basket a few times tomorrow.
I'm going to call it right now. Arrows are going to win by 13 points tomorrow. And we're gonna snap this 3-game losing streak. Arrows are gonna come back with a 13-point win. Real quick before we close up, quick shout out here to our technical director Brandon Crom, our producer Ryan Remmers, replay Austin Thompson, outside camera Mason Mogg, courtside camera Jonathan McCarkle, main camera Kyle Gall, and we didn't have a camera 4 tonight, so maybe tomorrow we'll have camera 4, but. Huge shout out to Ryan and his team for putting this all together. Shout out to Craig Boyens and the Watertown School District for allowing us to do it. And, look at Friday night. There's all sorts of places you could be, but look at all the people that are on the floor right now, supporting the Arrows. And the thing that pops out to me right away, I thought I saw Bisker over there. Is that him? Yeah, right.
Bisker
right in front of us. He's a little thin on top. No?
Wow.
Little thin on top.
I reserve comment. I'm going to let you fly on that one. I'm going to try to plead the fifth and play no part in that. But
all I'm saying is,
but you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Little thin on top.
Maybe.
But him and his company came through big time today with a massive donation to the Watertown School District to get that video board up. So maybe
it's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, that's going to do it for Norby and I. We will be back tomorrow afternoon, 2:35?
Good question.
Noon 35?
People just tell me where I need to go.
That's fair. Somebody will tell us what time to be here. We'll be here. We'll be here on time. We'll be prepared.
Games start at 10:30.
Girls will be here at noon 45. We'll be here at 2:15. And
I think the lower levels start at 10:30, I believe.
What time are you going to be here?
We'll be here at 10:30, ready to go.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody joining in from all over the country. Appreciate everybody supporting Aero Nation. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.